Heaven forbid Ariana have to put... All right. Go. This is something you guys can tell me. What's the first one? 7.08. 7.08. Is that okay? Is it okay? 7.08, 7.09, I don't care about that, Dan. Is the 0.808 or 0.09 the problem? Or is the fact you have point anything the problem? Point anything is the problem. That's technically right, and again, you would get the minimally meets expectations, but really that's 7 feet 1 inch, right? Everybody understand? Okay, 25 yards. Who's got a meters for me? I watched a bunch of you do this yesterday. I know some of you have answers. 22.86. 22.86 sounds good to me. Is that right? Awesome.
So meters can have decimals?
Meters can have decimals because they're metric and they're based on 10. Okay. 6 feet to centimeters.
182.88.
182.88. Lovely. 160 miles to kilometers. 257.44. That sounds right to me. Miles.
1,367.30.
0.3. Now, okay. Is that 0.3 something that we're okay with? No. Yeah, we're okay with that one because miles are big, right? Yeah. We're okay with that one. Technically, should we go down? What could we break that down into?
An inch? No.
Inches? No. You could break it down into yards, and then you could go a step further and have yards and feet. Then if you were really crazy, you could go a step further and have yards, feet, and inches. But would you ever do that?
What about meters?
Well, no, because we already had it in kilometers, right? Okay. Convert to the nearest inch. So there is no argument about decimals. Why is this difficult? Because you didn't have millimeters to inches. What did you have? Centimeters to inches. So you can convert millimeters to centimeters, centimeters to inches. That is, of course, 2.5 centimeters, which is, of course, pretty darn close to 2.54 centimeters, which equals 1 inch. Right? 2.5 meters to the nearest foot. That's 2.5 divided by 0.3048, and I get 8 feet.
I just kept the decimal in the middle.
It's cool. And then you move the decimal for the meters.
Yeah.
10 meters to the nearest yard. That's 10 divided by 0.9144, and what do you get?
Oh, yeah, 11 yards.
10.9, but it's to the nearest yard, Joseph. But what? You guess so? You guess that 10.9, the nearest whole yard, is 11? Yeah. Okay. And finally, 150K to the nearest mile. It's 150 divided by 1.609, and it's something like 93.
93 miles.
Nearest tenth is how many decimal places? 1 decimal place. To convert 1 foot, 10 inches to centimeters, I would do 22 inches to centimeters is divided by 2.54. 1 foot is 12 inches. 10 more inches makes 22 inches. And what is the answer?
I got 26.4.
10 times 2.54 is correct, but then if you forget about the 1 foot, you're in trouble. No. You know that 1 foot is 30.48 from your chart, right? So then you needed to add 10 inches. Oh, it's times 2.54, isn't it?
Yeah,
10 times 2.54.
And I got 26.
Which is 25.4. Then, of course, you would add it up to get 55.88, which is 55.9. No, this one I wanted the nearest tenth.
Okay.
What's the matter, Ariana? Okay. 2 yards, 2 feet, 5 inches to centimeters. 2 yards, 36 inches. 2 feet, 24 inches. 5 inches, 5 inches. 65 inches to centimeters. Oh, 72, thank you. 72 and 24 is 96 and 5 is 101. 101 times 2.54 is what it is. What is it? 256.5.
Oh, I did the same thing, but what I did is I times the 2 with 30.48, got that. Then 5 times 2.5.
Uh-huh.
The 72, and then...
And did you get the right answer?
And then added them, yeah.
And once again, I say, is there a right or a wrong way to do this? No. Nope, because who chooses how they do their math? You do, as long as you use the right tools for the job, right? 1227K. You want miles, so it is divided by 1.609, and you get like 770.
62.58.
762. Okay. Cool.
Easiest out of that.
They're all the same, Ariana. They're all the same. Want over have. Always. All right. 7 foot 6 inches. Can I write that in an easier way to deal with it on my calculator? I can write it as 7.5, can't I? Because 6 inches is half a foot. So now I can do 7.5 feet, and I can convert it to meters, which is 7.5.3048 meters, and that gives me an answer of, I think it's 2.28, isn't it? Isn't it? Okay, so 2.286. My truck is 2.3. What's taller? 2.3 or 2.86? 2.3. The bridge is 2.86. Should I drive under it? Of course not. The bridge is 2 centimeters shorter than my truck.
What a big difference.
It's 2 centimeters. Yes, Jeremy.
You were saying it was 2.86. It's 2.26.
Oh, okay.
That's what was causing confusion.
Is it 2? Yeah. Okay, thank you. But regardless, 2.3 is bigger than 2.2.
Yeah.
Risk it. We know. Next one. The dimensions of a lacrosse field are yards by yards. I want those in meters. So I got to do 110 yards to meters. Now, yards to meters is a complicated one. The rules don't change, but because they're almost exactly the same, you guys often mix them up. Okay? So I'm going to actually write this one out, right? I want meters. So meters is on top, yards is on the bottom, and then get the numbers from your chart. 1 yard is 0.9144 meters. Is this a multiply or divide situation? Multiply, and I think it's 101 point something. And then it's 60 times 0.9144.
100.584.
It's 100.584, so 100.6. And what's this one? 0.9? Sure. Sounds good to me. Because meters are slightly bigger than yards. Do I have to convert both the Fraser and the Tennessee? Nope, I only got to convert one of them. If I do the Fraser River, it's 1375. I want miles, right? So it's divided by 1.609. If I do the Tennessee, it's 886 times 1.609. And whichever one you did, you then compare it to the other one and you get the right answer. Which is it? Which is longer? The Tennessee is longer. And then to answer by how much, it depends on which conversion you did, right? If you converted the Fraser to miles, then the Tennessee is longer by miles. If you converted the Tennessee to kilometers, then the Tennessee is longer by kilometers. Okay? Yep. I don't know which it is because I'm not getting at a calculator to do that. Well, I know the Tennessee is longer. I just can't remember which is how much.
I got 854 for the first one.
854 for the Fraser.
0.5,
Okay, so the Tennessee is 32 kilometers longer or around 50 kilometers long. 32 miles longer or 50 kilometers longer. Good.
1,400.
This question causes much trouble. The fabric store is selling at 0.89 a yard. The warehouse is selling it at 0.93 a meter. Can I compare yards to meters? Not until I do a conversion, right, Donish? Because a yard and a meter aren't the same thing, are they? So, 0.89 for 1 yard is the same as 0.89 for 0.9144 of a meter, isn't it? Right? Because a yard equals a meter, yeah? Okay. If you did this math, 0.89 divided by 1, you would get 0.89, wouldn't you? The price per yard. Well, what if I do 0.89 divided by that? Then what would I get? I would get 0.97, which is my price per 1 meter, right? So where should I buy? The fabric store is selling it at 97 cents a meter. The warehouse selling at 93 cents a meter. Where do I buy?
The warehouse.
The warehouse. And that is a good real life question. Because if you're going to buy something in bulk from the States, what's it measured in? Imperial, right? So you got to do a conversion. And then you got to remember that money converts as well. Everybody good? And finally, the last question before we have our quiz. The rim of a basketball net is mounted 10 feet off the ground. A basketball player can reach 2.5 meters. How high in inches does the player need to jump to get 6 inches above the rim so he can dunk? Okay, now, how far in the air does the guy have to get? 6 inches above the rim. How far up is the rim?
2.5.
No,
10 feet.
10 feet. So this dude has to reach 10 feet, 6 inches. That's a yucky number for our calculator, but we can make it nicer. How? 10.5 feet.
Why 5?
Because 6 inches is half a foot. Right? Now, 10.5 feet, but the dude is reaching in meters. Right? So I had better change this meters to feet, shouldn't I? So I can tell how many feet he has to jump. Yeah? Okay. So if I take that 2.5 meters and I change it to feet, 1 foot is 0.3048 meters. 2.5 divided by 0.3048, and you'll get how high the guy can reach right now, yes? Which is what? I'm hearing people tickety-tick on their calculator, so a few people are working on it. 8.2 feet, correct?
Yeah.
So he needs to jump how far? 2.3 feet, right? 8.2 to 10.5 is 2.3, right? So dude's got to jump 2.3 feet. But I don't want 2.3 feet. I need that in inches. So what do I do with 2.3 to get it to inches? Jeremy?
Multiplied by 12.
Absolutely right. 2.3 times 12. And it should be something around 27. Is that the only way to do that question?
It's 27.6.
27.6, so it's actually closer to 28 inches. Everybody good? Could you have turned this into meters, then subtracted meters, and then turned that into inches?
I
would you have gotten approximately the same answer?
Yes, but more conversions.
More conversions. Would I care which way you did it? Of course not. Now, I've said that I have a story about that question. I'm going to tell that story right now. When I was